Okay, what are the risks employers should be mindful of when recalling employees back to work?
There are reprisal risks and human rights related risks employers should be mindful of. I'll go through what reprisal risks are because many employers may not necessarily know what they are. They can occur when there is an action or threat or retaliation against an employee by an employer because the employee is attempting to exercise or enforce a number of their statutory rights, whether under employment standards legislation or health and safety legislation. Reprisal and discrimination exposures can also occur in the human rights context if employees are let go, laid off, or not recalled, even if the reason is only partly related to their need for accommodation or having a disability. Specifically, when employers choose not to recall some employees from a layoff, but to recall others, reprisals can occur, for example, if non-recalled employees previously refused unsafe work, but recalled employees did not refuse work. There's also the potential of human rights exposures if non-recalled employees request family status accommodation or are older, but recalled employees are not. It may look like the employer is trying to avoid their human rights obligations by only returning certain employees who don't have those characteristics, which would be discriminatory. More broadly, though, in the context of layoffs and dismissals, reprisals and human rights exposures can occur when choosing some employees for layoffs and dismissals over others who get to continue working. For example, laying off those who have a disability need related to the pandemic, whether the employee expressed being immunocompromised or having anxiety, since this may be a sign of an underlying anxiety mental disorder or disability, whether the employee expressed not wanting to work and to take a COVID-19 statutory leave of absence. And as Laura had mentioned earlier on, there are a variety of reasons employees could take one, such as self-isolation or childcare. And similar to those who are on leaves, there may be workers' compensation considerations when employees who are injured at work, when employees are injured at work, even if it's not COVID-19 related. And I think this is something maybe employers are not necessarily thinking about. For example, in Ontario, if an employee is rehired and then let go within 6 months of their workplace injury, there is a presumption that the employer failed in its rehiring obligations. So there are specific guidelines also for rehiring construction workers that employers should be mindful of.